I can't relate to the fighting for your kid thing. You know, I've been married 26 years, and in my opinion, and my wife's opinion, that's never changing. We're just going to keep adding years to it. And not everyone is so blessed, and not everybody has been in that type of situation. Sure. And I'm not saying that as like I'm better because my marriage has lasted longer. I'm saying that not everybody has the same like way that we walk through Sure. life. And having custody is a big deal. A lot of men really struggle. And I think I would be remiss to say, from everything I've seen, heard, and observed, there is an absolute bias. And I don't know that that's changing much. There's a bias for boys to be with moms and girls to be with moms. Eric, you may or may not know this, but there's research about boys specifically being pulled away from the home of their dad, and the actual longevity and the genetic DNA buildup that happens over just even a few short years of not having dad around. And so the fact that you're sitting here fighting and being that 50% and being so involved, and then when things aren't great, you went to the table. I mean, I'm sure it was not easy saying like, look, this is the situation. I've got to take control here. So let's talk a little bit about that journey, because I think some men are going, whoa, I want my kids. My wife's wacky or whatever. You know, there's so many different elements of that. But what was that like? And you know, just talk us through that a little bit.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you're dealing with, I won't disparage his mother. I would never do that.
I think that's important.
And the thing is but circumstances being circumstances, it was a long time in coming, where the key for me was protecting him and making sure that he was taken care of in the way that he should be. Now, guys, listen, I have a very strong bond with my son anyway. You know, people were saying like, oh, that's your mini me. And I spent a lot of time in his infancy and also his as a toddler, where I spent a great deal of time. Guys, I took off every Wednesday for probably 6 or 7 years just to be with him and be able and say like, look, no work. It's just Cole time, and to develop that bond with him. And it just, the circumstances lend itself to where we are right now. And you're right. It was very difficult. In fact, my lawyer said she couldn't believe it when the order came back from, by the way, a female judge who, you know, looked at it and said that it's 100%. This is what I want as a judge. So the circumstances of what the complaint was enough that the judge looked at that and said, no, this is a safer environment for him. And I'll tell you guys, it's the hard part's when you have a child that's not very fond of his mother. And so when that happens, and all I'm going to always say is, you know, you need to talk to her. You have to respect her. You have to, you know, tell her you love her. And whether he does or he doesn't, it is respectful to do that at the time. And then when he's older, he'll make his own decisions as to what he'd like to do. He's 12, and certain things he's got to do. But the journey, there was no snap decision. It got to a boiling point where it just was unbearable to continue. And I have a very strong partner in my life. She's very much involved with Cole's life. I've been dating Karen for 6 years, and I don't say dating anymore. I mean, we're together, and she's very much involved in his life as well. And it just was finally, for all those guys out there, it was one of the scariest things I ever did to finally pull that trigger, because to be quite honest with you, I was a little bit afraid of his mother. You know, I mean, I was. So, you know, to be very honest with you, and it took a lot. But once I realized, wait a second, this is not about me in any way. It's not about a contest between two parents, because unfortunately, I think that's what a lot of times kids become pawns in a contest.